So in a matter of moments, we do expect former President Trump to come out of the jail. We have been staked out here on the Jefferson Street side all day long, and really things picking up in the last hour. No really protesters. We've seen a couple of people, folks from Atlanta who live here, work here, go to school here, have walked by occasionally, but we haven't noticed anyone really in the last hour or two since the former president was in the air or when he landed, showing you just how significant this hard lockdown has been, which we were told about for weeks now.
This is a rather simplistic question, but why are protesters and those who are passionate about this subject not gathered on Jefferson Street, given the fact that there are really two ways in and out? Common sense would decree that, you know, if he's not over on that side, that they should be over on this side. I think it's curious that nobody has decided to go over there.
Right, so I can tell you the reason probably for that, there's a lot more green space over on the Rice Street side, a lot of residences over there, so it lends itself to have more of those protesters there. But we understand the motorcade at this moment is moving our way, and so we should expect this to come. We see some law enforcement vehicles in motion. You see that Dodge Charger just passed our way, and now here come the motorcycles as the presidential motorcade is expected to make its way back to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. You see the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, deputies, Georgia State Patrol, Atlanta Police, and now the black SUVs, which we believe former President Trump is in one of. And we see a couple of more vehicles, a little more slowly. I guess those motorcycles going ahead to clear the way, making sure traffic is clear, so the former president has a smooth ride back to the airport. You can see that probably about half a dozen vehicles here, these black SUVs, are passing by the Fulton County Jail. It seems like they just arrived, and just that quick, they're already headed out. Support vehicle there, press vehicle, and another Sprinter van passing us now, Atlanta Fire Rescue truck and Atlanta.
All right, Joe Ripley reporting for us live outside Jefferson Street on that side of the jail and the exit as former President Trump and his motorcade now making their way toward Hartsfield-Jackson. And that Trump airliner will then fly back toward the Northeast in all probability.
And some interesting notes from our reporters on the ground and just some observation from here in the studio. It looked like the booking process took under 17 minutes. So pretty quick compared to what you would normally see there, 1 to 2 hours from what I've been reading. And we did see him use the Jefferson Street entrance. He's the only defendant in this case to use that entrance. We're told it's because it's more secure. There are less people there. If you just saw Joe Ripley's shot right there, that's where he was. And you could see the difference between Joe and Ron, who was on the Rice Street side of the jail. A lot more people over there. And we do know, according to the court docket that came out once he was booked, that he was booked on 13 charges, and his height and weight came in at 6'3", 215 pounds.
And that has been a point of conjecture for a lot of sports books from Las Vegas to the United Kingdom. Have been trying and taking bets about how many pounds Mr. Trump would weigh. And I thought of those stories that I have read this week about betting. People will bet on anything, but that has certainly been a subject that has received a lot of money on it in the last few days.
And another element that makes Georgia so special and so different, once again, this is the 4th criminal indictment of the former president, and this is the first time we are getting these figures. So in a way, the sheriff was right. He would be treated the same as anyone else coming into the jail, but you know, he is a former president, so he has a Secret Service, he has a motorcade, and so we did see a little bit of different treatment, but in and out, less than 17 minutes, and now you are taking a live look from our 11 Alive Sky Tracker as that motorcade heads back to Hartsfield-Jackson.